Hello YouTube, Tim here with a new toy. This is a bow that I purchased from a bow maker in China. I'm not sure what they're calling themselves. It was just a YouTube retailer. I can put the actual person or company's link down in the show notes. But let's get to the unboxing, or rather unsocking, because I already did the actual box earlier. I'm looking forward to... Ooh. Okay, so, you know my thing. I tend to like Turkish bows. Let me toss this aside for a second. And I wanted something that was nice and light for my wife in terms of draw weight. So, okay. Let's come in and... AF Archery. Means nothing to me. And here is a note. I'm assuming that's the equivalent of an inspected by sort of label. I really don't know. It's 28-inch draw length, 30 pounds. The bow is pretty attractive, surprisingly so. I really didn't expect very much. What it looks to be is 5 laminations throughout most of it, with the actual limb being made up of two lambs. Let's see if I can show you that right now. Okay, so here's the end. This is beautiful. I'm not sure what they did here, if it's a different type of wood or what. You can see something going on there with the knock. And I'm not sure if they just overlaid it with another material or what. It's very attractive. But it blends into this very nicely. A reddish stained wood with a lighter color wood on top, and on the bottom fiberglass on top, the very top and bottom. Then the actual limb width pretty darn wide. This is very comparable to the Mehmet Gelan bow that I have. Very, very thin though. Very thin, extremely light. The handle wrap is basic but nice. Just looks like some leather, some simple leather. And yeah, there's really not much to say other than that. It has these very simple, attractive string guides. You'll notice one thing is the angles are a little different than they would be with a traditional bow, or even some of the other less traditional bows like the Mehmet Gelan bow. The angles are not quite as sharp, and I think that's mostly just a factor of the materials that they're using. Since you're using fiberglass like this, and you're having it pulled all the way up to the end of the bow, it's very hard to get that to bend in a very short radius without breaking. So in this case it's more of a gradual curve, and that seems to be fine. I mean, it looks nice. It's not perfect, but for what it is, pretty darn close. Overall price was, I want to say, $135 with free shipping. Maybe it was $10 more, but not more than that. They just took some masking tape and taped the string to the handle. So let's go ahead and open it and string it up. See what that looks like. Oh, which reveals also some nice lacing. This is definitely classier than anything I personally have ever done with a bow. Looks like they glued it. You can see little bits of residue of glue all around the top here. Just a very, very little bit. I remember reading some comments saying that some of these bows really would need some almost refinishing. Somebody would have to go over them, sand them down, and make them look nicer. To my taste, this is fine. It's serviceable. It's an attractive bow, surprisingly so, with the contrast in color of wood here. Very attractive. I'm surprised. For such a small amount of money, it's a very nice product so far. I'm not going to shoot it now because it's not mine. This is for my wife, and I want her to be the first to have the honor with that. We'll tape that later, and you guys can watch. We'll get a better idea for how it feels. Right now I'd just like to go ahead and put the string on and take a look at its strung profile and see how that differs from the other bows that I'm used to working with. The string is an endless loop string with pretty standard serving. Fairly well done, fairly well waxed too, especially the ends. Let's see if I can tell how many strands we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think it's 12 strands. So 6 loops, 12 strands. see if we can tell which side is supposed to be top and bottom. Right, I think that's pretty much perfect. It looks a little bit loose at the very end of the string. I don't know if you can see that there, where they doubled back and pulled the string through. It's very well waxed, and even though it looks a little loose, it doesn't look like it's going anywhere. So we'll just have to trust in that. Just examining the limb very cursorily, I don't see any real problems. I don't see any places where the fiberglass is not properly laminated. I don't see anything like that that would give me any cause for concern. I really don't know what these woods are. It's possible. I really suspect that the lighter colored wood is bamboo. The darker colored wood, I have no idea whatsoever. It almost looks like an oak from all of these. Let's see if I can show you that. Sorry. If you see some of these marks up and down the limb right there in the grain, it's very attractive. Very large holes, though, which remind me more of anything than of oak than anything. Alright, let's step through and get it strung. I don't expect any problems doing that much, at least. The overall length of the bow is a tiny bit longer than the other bows of Turkish style that I've used. That's just because of the nature of the materials. Wood doesn't like to bend as far as, well, I guess in the case of the Gallon bow, just a pure fiberglass sheet, at least when it's too thick. And near the handle, this bow is rather thick. I'm not really sure what to... Okay. Wow. Tailor's great. It feels very robust. The distance between the handle and the string is just above a fist. This is my buddy. Say hi. Okay, and the string is a little twisted right there. Okay. Huh. Okay, one thing to note that I'm not excited about is right here. You see where the string rests on the pads here? It would be nice if the loop were a centimeter, maybe a half inch, a quarter inch shorter, so that this bundle of heavily waxed string, the end here, was right over the end. It would be nice if they used the more traditional knot at the back, but they didn't, but that's okay. Well, so far so good. It's beautiful. It appears to be very well aligned. That's great. So far so good. I'm always nervous drawing a new bow, especially one that's, oddly, I'm much more comfortable with PVC. It just feels different. A real wooden bow, or a wood-and-fiberglass bow, feels just different to me. I suspect that this is the upper limb, even though the label is on. It's a little bit of a mixed message. But yeah, with this, I'm pretty sure that's the way I'm supposed to hold it. The handle's very comfortable, and there it is. That's about as far as my wife's going to be drawing it. The profile is attractive, somewhat untraditional, but altogether very nice. I don't think she's going to be using a thumb draw. She's going to be using mostly a 3-finger draw. But I'm looking forward to seeing how this feels. It definitely has a nice taut early draw before it lifts off the pads. Then it lightens up a little bit, or rather than lightening, it just consistently pulls at that weight for a little bit. It's nice. I think she's going to like this a lot. This is a sort of early Christmas present, which she knows about. So, thank you for watching, and I'm very eager to be able to share with you some of our thoughts and experiences with this bow. As to whether or not I can recommend this manufacturer from initial impressions, I'm very optimistic about that. We're going to be doing some more looking at it, and hopefully down the road I'd also like to make a profile of the limb that I could use to hopefully, and this is a stretch, but we'll see, construct a form so I can make this style of bow myself. It's all there, visible on the sides. It's all something I can measure. So I'm looking forward to giving it a shot. Thank you for watching.